Well, technically, it's really time. So it turns out there are only 24 hours in a day. So that's the problem. Well, budget to some extent. Obviously, we all want to be mindful about it. But yeah, as you said earlier, I'm a big fan of automating. If I have to type it twice, it gets automated because otherwise humans are inherently full of errors. And I think there's a lot of opportunity to look into some of the emerging technologies. We've been dabbling around with, everybody has been using ChatGPT, of course. If you haven't, you probably live under a tinfoil hat. But I think there is certainly potential in these kind of sort of technologies, starting with, for example, as simple that you provide a service to the broader company and even externally. Like I look for somebody who can talk intelligently about product X at this level, and it would, for example, provide name, bio, etc. Right out of the get-go, maybe even tied back into customer data. And we've been exploring this, for example, with agenda building. So that's the other part, which actually I think is going to work. I think the other piece is really somewhat benign and has been mentioned by both Anthony and Andrew, is really training, especially customized trainings from external agencies. At least in Red Hat, it's close to impossible to have a meaningful training with internal resources because nobody takes the internal resource serious. It needs to be an external person who's more an authority then. And we've done this in the past, and actually the feedback in the end was always, this was the best training we ever had. And it's just, that's purely really a budget question and to some extent time question. But yeah, so those would be kind of the big boulders really for us in terms of, future stuff. I have lots of other ideas around, what we do around automation, speaker selection, like reselecting a new speaker if they don't respond after, I don't know, 2 weeks, and you have to manually chase them. That's like another pet peeve of mine. Or they decline and you manually have to find a new one. That stuff we are looking at also automating via business logic, for example. So I think those are somewhat low-hanging fruits, but they just take time to do.